In Call of Dragons, the commander roster is ever increasing, but there is a certain commander that I want to discuss and who I believe is probably one of the most underrated commanders in the game right now. And that commander is Indus. So stick around in this video because I want to show you why I believe Indus is actually a hidden OP commander and her presence in your lineup can change the tone of every single fight. What is up, guys? MEOWER here, back with a brand new Call of Dragons video. So I want to talk to you about a certain commander which I believe can change the meta as we know it right now, and what I believe will be meta in Season T1 Plus in the upcoming fights that everyone is going to have, especially with the presence of the brand new seasonal talents. So in this, as you know, is a support commander and mainly a gathering commander, but what you didn't know is that, or what you might have overlooked, is that she has one of the most overpowered and broken debuffs in the entire game, and she's the only one that has access to it, which is the INFIRM debuff. Now, if you don't know, INFIRM increases all damage taken from all legions, all sources, artifacts, every single thing by 20% for 3 seconds once you've awakened her, or 2 seconds if you don't have her awakened. So we're gonna be building around casting as many rage skills as possible and making the march that we pair up in this with as tanky as possible. And another part of her kit that makes her really strong and really tanky is her third skill, which gives her a whopping 20% flat bonus HP for her march, regardless of troop type. And she's also getting 50% less counterattack damage whenever she casts Unyielding for 5 seconds with a 3-second downtime, which is pretty crazy and pretty strong overall, and just gives me the vibe that this commander is an absolute must if you're looking to run a support march. So I'm going to be giving you the pairings, the troop types, and the playstyle with her in right now. But of course, before we get started, be sure to drop the like, subscribe. I'm trying to improve the content overall, and I would love to hear your feedback on what you think I can improve. But on that note, let's just get this video started. So, starting off, since I will be running the long range warfare, I will be telling you what I plan to run with her, but then I'll give you other options for you to choose from as well. So, starting off, what I plan to run on with her is gonna be Hosk. Yes, exactly. Hosk, since the presence of long range warfare, you're not going to be running Hosk Kinara or Kinara Hosk anymore. That march is dead because you're fighting mages on the same terms now. You don't need to cheese your way to victory. So, we're going to be giving Hosk a different talent tree now, and you can pause this video right now to take a screenshot. This is the tree that I plan on running on Hosk when I'm pairing him with Indus. This is with exclusively with Indus. This tree does not work with anyone else. This tree gives him tankiness, it gives him rage generation, and it gives him an extra debuff such as suppression, inflicting fragility, gives him an extra heal, and just gives him an extra damage boost here and there in order to dish out some extra damage. But the whole goal and the whole playstyle of the March of Hosk in this is just to buff your troops and make them deal as much damage as possible. This is the pairing right here, Hosk in this. I'll be running it with Wyvern Riders because I am the Wilderberg, and the reason why I'm not running it with Spring Spearmen is because I don't want to waste my Spearmen, and Wilderberg flyers have been known to be pretty useless, so I'm better off using those useless troops that have an extra survivability of extra 2% HP instead of wasting a troop that can be a core for other troop or other pairings that also deal an extra 5% more damage overall that doesn't really benefit anyone else. So that is the pairing for Wilderberg. Of course, you can mix and match as you please. You can give them mages, and if you're planning on give them mages, you should go for Atheist. And the reason why I'm going for Atheist is because Atheist is a rage engine. And if you don't know what a rage engine is, it's basically a march meant to just cycle constantly. And like I said before, the whole point of Indus is that we want to get as much value and as much skill cycles as possible from her primary skill. If we are cycling properly, we should have her skill casting nonstop and minimize the downtime on the debuff as much as possible. For Atheist, I would personally be giving him this tree. This tree just adds a little extra damage here and there, but at the same time, it gives him everything he needs for him to shine within this. It gives him extra march speed to reposition, it gives him two rage generation sources, it gives him head held high, it gives him foresight, and it gives him an extra defense break for you to benefit your other marches as well and just be a flat out enabler and a lot of march speed since we don't have any tanky stats in any of his trees. So we're giving him a lot of march speed from the PvP tree and the magic tree to get in and out of fights properly, as well as magic maelstrom. Getting that extra damage could help you, dish out some damage here and then. And people tend to basically ignore Atheist or ignore Indus or Hosk out on the field. And the reason why I'm also not going to give Indus primary at all in any of her marches is because people usually run her with the gathering tree. So I don't want to make you waste 1000 gems in order to switch your trees and have in this primary. You're better off putting her secondary and hiding the fact that you're using her with other commanders that people tend to ignore. From the presence of Hosk and Ara, people have learned to not hit Hosk in general, and Hosk can give the extra 25% defense bonus. And Atheist is never usually viewed as a threat commander, even from flyers, so people tend to ignore him as well. So you're playing on the psychological bit that people tend to ignore these two commanders when they see them, and you want to survive as much as possible, and you want to skill cycle as much as possible. If you're running Wilderberg, pair her up with archers, especially if you're using the long range warfare. If you're not using the long range warfare, then just pair her with mages. In this presence does not need maxed out troop capacity in order to truly shine, although it helps because we want to take advantage of the infirm as much as possible. As for the artifacts that I will give them, if I'm pairing her with Hosk, I will either give them Heart of Kamasi just to give an overall more buffs for all my marches, even if my marches are getting Keen or Onslaught from other sources. I still want to give them good buffs that last for 10 seconds, and even if they're not benefiting me myself, I still want to make use of those extra defense to make my march even tankier. Another option for archers would be Viola's bow. If I'm not using it with anyone, then I would definitely pair it with them as well. The extra HP is amazing. HP is always the best stat to have on almost every single troop, and the active where it cannot cast artifact skills for 10 seconds is just the cream of the crop. As for if I'm running him with mages, I would give her Tear of Arbon just to make her a walking hospital, heal more people overall, or I will give her something that gives her extra HP. I can't really think of anything else that gives her HP to be honest, so looks like just Tear of Harbon. If you want, you can also run Breath of Gigantus and then just give Lilia Velen the Infernal Flame and Bertrand Tohar the Mirage Orb, and then give in this Atheist in this the Breath of Gigantus, making them a truly supporting march. Though, of course, you don't want to miss out on the benefit of the defense because you want the troops to be as tanky as possible. But I believe that's everything you need to know about this. This March will become meta. Mark my words. I said it for Hoskinara, and now I'm saying it for Hosk in this. In this will be meta this season, especially as many players are starting to awaken her as well. And she's one of those commanders you don't even need to 6-star. You just need her as 5-star to get that extra attack resistance to be a bit more tankier, and you're set to go. If you don't have Indus Awakened, as long as her primary skill is maxed out, you're in a good spot. After all, she's not a core commander, but she is an amazing utility to commander to round out your 5 marches or 4 marches or whatever you're planning to do. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Do you agree? Do you disagree? Do you have a different opinion than me? So, of course, to round it out, abuse in this, pair her either with Hosk or with Atheist, depending on your faction and your troop mains, and just enjoy the free merits that all your other marches will be getting you. What more for me to say? But of course, if you like content like this, please be sure to drop a like. Don't forget to subscribe, join the Discord, the link is in the description. I'm sorry for my voice, I'm still sick, but I'm trying my best. And I will see you in the next video. Meow meow.